Hi, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me, really fast. I would just like to shout from the goddamn rooftop that my consulting client has almost doubled her revenue in a little over a month of working with me. She came to me making about $60K, and she's now making over $100,000 every single month because of these few marketing changes. Let's talk about it. So this client was a little different in that there were a few things we changed on the marketing side and in her sales process and in her just general systems and processes to get her to this point. So few things that we changed on the marketing side of things. She was getting good views. She's got a good audience over on TikTok, but for how many views she was getting and the engagement she was getting, she wasn't seeing it translate into sales the way she wanted it to. And what I immediately noticed when we started working together was she was not selling in a way that made sense to her target audience. The problems and the desires that she was talking about in her content were activating her audience, but they would inquire about her services and then drop off and kind of ghost her because they didn't see investing in her services or her digital products as the thing that was going to fix their problems immediately. So because of that, there really was no urgency to buy. And it all came back to because she wasn't speaking to them in a way that they needed to hear in order to buy from them. And on top of that, they had a bunch of mental hurdles and objections and concerns about her products or her services that she wasn't addressing in her content. And so that was leading to them ghosting her as well. So what that meant was that she was getting a huge influx of leads, so much so that she almost couldn't keep up with it. She was getting super overwhelmed every time she went to go have sales conversations because those sales conversations were really, really long and drawn out. So we obviously changed all of that on the marketing side of things, which made the sales conversations much faster and easier. But then what I also realized was that when it came to these conversations, she had no flow or kind of understanding of where to take the conversation. And so because of that, that felt really difficult to her. It kind of just felt like no man's land. And she's like, well, I don't know if this is going to close or not. So what we did is all of her really low ticket products, we automated that sales process so that people could just go purchase straight up because of her marketing. Then here's what we did for her high ticket sales process. So I just gave her like a 4 or 5 step frame for her sales conversations for her to use and kind of understand what to take them through to keep it super minimal and easy and turn it into an effortless sale. In that conversation, they were already pre-qualified as a great lead. So we would basically make it so that they saw the value and the need for her services, recognized they didn't know how to do that on their own, made it so that there was some urgency there for them to move forward, pre-handled any potential objections or concerns that they might have, and then moved forward to closing. And when I say it was effortless, you guys, these people are literally like, yeah, sounds amazing. Send me the link, send me the checkout link. We're good to go. And because of those changes, she was able to increase her revenue very quickly. She made more than $40,000 extra than what she normally makes just from those changes. And so what I need to tell you guys is that if you are looking to double your revenue or hit a really high revenue goal without doubling your effort, it doesn't come down to you doing more. What it often actually comes down to is you refining, getting more clear on your target audience, refining what's been working for them and what hasn't been, so that every single piece of content or sales conversation that you have that goes out is incredibly strategic and intentional. If you don't know how to make those refinements and you have big goals for this year, but you don't necessarily have all the time or the capacity to double your efforts, we need to have a conversation because it's probably a lot more simple than you think. Head to the link in my bio and let's chat.